Alright, we're up and running. Close that. There we go. So, I did a little bit of bookkeeping before I started today. A couple of people's levels have been raised, a couple of people have been upgraded to gold versions of their units. I realized I could turn Raskuja's last skirmisher into a ranger without us having to go grind him levels, so I sorted that out. He now has 4 rangers and his healer. I realized that the Drakeling we had could immediately become a blue dragon rather than all the fuckery we were doing with the other one. So, I went ahead, made him a blue dragon, put him on the team. All he's got to do is get his CP up and he'll be a rider. I made sure everybody's levels are roughly equal. There were a couple fall behinds, so they've been caught up. I have turned the other dragon into a red dragon, just in case I decide to fit it in somewhere. Which potentially may go in my squad instead of the sorceress, depending on how she plays out. I may swap things around. Other than that, I think we're good to do chapter 20. And go see how much ass we need to be going and kicking. But first, we may as well go ahead and do this bronze arena that's sitting here. Get me some more CP books and such. And get my brain warmed up on how this game works. Okay, so let's see. Need to refresh my memory on everybody's leadership scores, because that's the one thing I wasn't really looking that much at. Oh, and I did hand up some trait books. Hello, Amber. How are you doing this morning? Afternoon, really, but it's practically morning for some of us. Whether it's physically morning or not. Barnabas, his leadership's still kind of low. His Jules. None of these really need levels anymore, they just need more chances to build their leadership further. They can fit more units in. And Discord is exploding, so give me 1 second. Okay, I think we're good to get this fight on the road here.
I await your command.
You can't reach anything, so we'll just form up as I usually do.
Master Sergeant, awaiting orders.
Let them ride into me.
My friends are counting on me.
Stay
Abigail's
strong, everyone.
squad's mostly kind of here to be the anchor and to be gaining more CP for the dragon. And that needs to become a rider. Which is why she's in a bit of a weird spot, so she doesn't hit everything. Oh yeah, and I handed out a couple copies of Disarm to Jules' squad to help keep them alive. Among other things. It really does, yeah. Also, oh, hello, Weil. How you doing? Like, this fits a good, like, middle ground between, like, Final Fantasy Tactics, like you're mentioning. It hits just that right little bit of a Fire Emblem feel. Reminds me of old stuff like Warsong. It hits a lot of different levels at the same time. It's It's got just enough unit management to keep my attention.
Time to end this.
We'll go ahead and have you right over here. Pop some arrows into them. Yeah, that basically breaks that unit. That works out perfectly. And you get out of the way. You can go ahead and take care of those archers easily. You can't reach to take that, so I'm not worried about you at the
Sayuna
minute.
will never die.
Because that is one thing you're going to want to always keep in mind with this game, is never leave your spawn base unprotected, because the game will auto-fail you if they stand on it. Which got me my only loss in this game so far, was because I didn't pay attention to a cavalry unit and they just ran on into the damn base. Because if you're not used to that mechanic being an issue, you expect them to go fight your units, and they're like, oh no, lol, goodbye. Like, one guy in a squad just stands on the base and you just lose. Really? Why? Because, you know, logically you'd be like, oh yeah, two of your guys can turn around and take care of that. It shouldn't be allowed to cap that, but no, mechanics. I feel like it happens to everybody who starts this game at least once, unless they dealt with that mechanic a lot, which there are other games that have that. So I can see how people would assume that would happen. So that kind of proves my point right there. What I just realized as I was saying that is because I moved Narima, he then had more movement range. Oh well. It doesn't matter. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of stupid how that works. I get that they had to give a purpose to these bases, but it's kind of stupid.
I await your command.
And so far, without fail, whenever I bother to check something's movement range, I end up wrong, I've noticed. Is also an issue I run into a lot.
Stay strong, everyone.
But the thing is, I checked his range. I did what I was supposed to do, but what I should have done was account for the fact that when I moved my unit, it was gonna change. Because I forgot that he had to take the one extra tile to go around her in my original calculation. So that is a legitimate error on my part, but mechanically it's still dumb. Like, I fully accept the fact that I fucked up. But that's when we just laugh about it and move on with our lives. So, how far have you gotten in this since you picked it up?
I ain't got all day.
Okay. You're making good progress, then. Do bear in mind, there are going to be some spoilers floating around by virtue of the fact that I'm up to Chapter 20, but if you don't mind that, then there won't be any problems either way.
Sayuna will never die. can do this.
I do highly recommend doing every arena that you get a token for, because the CP books and experience books you get will be huge for getting your units upgraded.
Time to end this.
You can sometimes get yourself ahead of the curve if you feel like you need to be, or you just want things. Because that's how this Dragon Squad's ended up built the way it is because I've been throwing a lot of attribute items and CP books and things into it to get it done. Not that it needed the help, but it got it done faster. Which has since been a very good move for making sure I can't get myself in any trouble if I do something stupid. Which, as demonstrated by the beginning of today, I'm prone to doing things that are slightly stupid.
Time to even the odds. Donar, guide
Go
my
around
attack.
behind them, then force surrender them just so you're closer to where I want you, in case I decide to have you pick up the thing. Get it with you. Also, the thing you see up here in the upper right, that's a mechanic you'll get later in the game. I won't explain why, for spoiler reasons.
You got a
Those who
plan?
know, know.
How can I help, my lord?
School is in session.
You do have spears, but they're all injured, and you do have a very powerful squad. You can probably just roll this. You, of course, ideally want to force surrender where possible, because you get paid better, but, you know, it is what it is. Especially in these arenas, I don't tend to care that much. I should care more, but I don't.
We will always find a way.
Raskuja is to be ready.
Do I want to wait and
I
let
await your
Narima
command.
Raskuja get in range? Nah,
Stay
Jules
strong,
needs
everyone.
leadership too. He can take it. He'll be fine.
Flawless victory.
Yeah, you know. Well, one false start, and then it all works out. Hey, another proof of merit. Excellent. Got a lot of tier 3 units that are ready to upgrade to the next thing. I just didn't want to burn all of them. Let's see. None of the ones I sent in there, though, got any better, it doesn't look. Okay, we'll hang on to that then, and we'll go ahead and save and go start the actual battle. Oh boy. This looks like it will be all kinds of fun. It's all actually pretty split up, so I should be able to take care of this just fine. And I don't have a base to worry about this time, so phenomenal news. Let's see. We've got red dragons and a mage in that team over there. Got some gunners, some spears and mages. Lots of assassins. Hello, Xeno. You've already missed a fumble, but it's fine. Nothing bad happened. Oh, I started a bronze arena and immediately lost because I wasn't paying attention. And then we just restarted it and everything's fine. Very minor fumble, but it's like, really? Did I really just do that immediately? I wanted to make sure everybody got deployed. Since I had a spot left, it's like, wait, did I forget somebody? The answer is no, it was just a matter of that was actually all of them. And that is a bunch of spears and sentinels, so Barnabas would be able to get through. Jaromir might have slight issues, but I think he'll be okay. First and foremost, though, let's get you up on their own wall, so we can use that against them. Go ahead and pop their archers. So that squad's a non-issue now. That just doesn't do anything. Now.
Sayuna will never die.
Play nice.
For my people, for my homeland.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
You can go straight for one of the... Actually,
I ain't
no, you can get up there. Go ahead and go after the archers up there and wreak havoc. I was gonna have him go straight for a gunner, but the gunners aren't that big an issue at the moment. They should have other people who can take care of that problem.
Repent before the righteous.
Telling me who to kill.
Now, a large portion of the units just slam into this, break us a hole.
Dana, give me strength.
I'm just getting started.
Sybil can go ahead and go over here and clog this. They'll attack her, get nowhere.
It must be done.
Jaromir can go hit these gunners and clear them out. I'm a little disappointed that they got a shot off, but this squad's still in the works. They're not quite up to snuff yet. Pull them out so they don't get into trouble. Abigail, step up here to protect Narima and get rid of these guys. Perfect. Get more levels for the
My
blue dragon.
friends are counting on me.
Getting real thirsty here.
Stefan can go
Battle
that way.
formation.
Lysander will follow me. And we're good. Battle of the firing squads over here. I do really wish they wouldn't just all pile in on one guy, but he was the only one they technically could reach because game mechanics. Oh, hooray, Firewalker boots that I don't really need. Yes, assassinate heavy cavalry, because that's gonna work out great. All these damn archers everywhere are half the reason why I have healers everywhere. They'll just sit there and blink all the arrows into everybody and make them nuisance themselves. Now, what did you think you were going to accomplish? Aside from just giving me more experience. The one-man army ideas they keep having just keep blowing my mind every time. Like, aha, my bow will be the key. Ink. As you can see, those tiles when you end your turn on them do hurt, but
I must
it's not
stay strong.
serious. Top off his health since we're going to be fighting a bunch of assassins who could potentially topple
What's
just
our
about
next
anybody
tactic?
over. And actually, yeah, I don't need any help over here. I'll be wasting a bunch of time with chests, but that's okay. Oh yeah, you do have a samurai. Can you force him to surrender? No, very low. Not going to waste your turn on that. Go ahead and take care of these guys.
You got a plan?
You go ahead and ride past him, force him to surrender, and then carry on. Oh, you refuse to surrender even with just 2 assassins, huh? I've noticed that. It seems like assassins, in particular, are immune to surrender or something along those lines. It's very interesting.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Even though most of my squads are around the same level, I think my squads might be under-leveled because of the way that these guys are giving me levels every time I take any of them out. Then again, it's the same amount of experience no matter what level you are, so... Might just be these guys are worth a shitload. There we go. Force surrender on you. Get you
Here
out of the
comes
way.
Sybil, ready or not.
That's a pretty durable
How can I
squad.
help, my lord?
Yeah, go ahead and have Jules fire into it first. Just to make sure we don't waste too much time getting past them. Oh, definitely. They're still putting a lot of work in.
Sure.
And the thing is, for it still needing touching up, this game's quite good. It is honestly far past what I expected out of it. For a not even $20 game.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a limitation. honestly.
I can do this. Time to even the odds. Where am I needed?
Abigail's squad might get into a little bit of trouble being up there alone, but I think it'll be okay, because some of them are going to head toward Narima. Which, Narima might die, but... eh. I find it a little hard to care about Narima's squad since it's kind of just a mess. Oh, it happens a lot, you know that. I'm very good at getting myself into trouble. That's how you actually do that. Fucking walk up, shoot one shot at me, and receive 5 in return. I gotta respect how bold these guys are, just rolling up like, yeah, we can take out the dragons, it'll be fine. Dead. Just feed me experience. Get me my Dragon Rider for next chapter. Once this squad can fly, it'll be stupid. Which, during my bookkeeping, by the way, I did test one thing. If I removed the other dragon, it would turn into a flying squad. Because the dragon is actually the limitation. So I'm assuming it is in a weird category of movement or size because of the colossal trait. That's preventing it from being able to fly until they become riders. Ow. That's gonna be an issue when the second squad of mages comes over here. But they should still be okay. Ow. Yep, they'll live. It's not great, but they lived. And thankfully the one they were fighting survived, so now they'll go over there and target the dragons instead. Which could be an issue in and of itself, too. The mage was disarmed, so it's actually fine. Because, really scary trick you can do? You can teach one of your dragons disarm if you have the trait book for it. It'll only work on their primary target, but it still works out pretty good sometimes. Yeah, that's a little rough, but we pulled through just fine. As expected.
The battle lies before me. Awaiting your orders.
No surrender, but they'll surrender when they actually get their health reduced. So it'll work out just fine. At least it should. There we go. Yeah, you know. Stun fire. Okay, Narima can fall back out of this.
Bet you didn't
Indeed,
see this
I'm
one coming.
very happy you came back again.
I'm just getting started.
In case that wasn't made
Victory
clear
for
enough with my
Embor.
reaction before. I'm always happy when anybody chooses to come back. Even if sometimes I'm confused by that idea.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
We will always find a way.
There we go, no more healers for you. I really should be having Jules fire on aggressive more often, since he very rarely actually gets into a fight now.
I must not fail.
Oh, you choose not to surrender, huh? Well, joke's on you, Mr. Magic Man. All you're gonna do is burn your turn anyway.
A paladin never surrenders.
Yeah, we're gonna have the same thing happen again, except he's gonna get pummeled with hammers now. They didn't learn from what happened to the other guy.
Raskuja can sense prey.
Should've healed. Eh.
School is in session.
Clean up all these chests. I'm hoping there'll be something good in one of these, since they're all kind of out in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. Hell yeah.
Break their resolve.
Ascender, go grab this chest.
The time to act is now.
Yes, an apple of agility. That's exactly what I needed to solve a couple of my unit problems.
Sergeant awaiting orders.
Now I just need to find one of those
They'll
strength
notice
stakes
this
and we'll
one
be in
for sure.
business. Obsidian.
Give me strength.
Park you there and see if the assassin will come out to you. Actually, yeah, the assassin can reach there. Let's be cheeky. See if they step onto the fire tiles to try to reach Jaromir.
I must
If
be
they do,
brave.
it'll be really funny. Because I'm assuming
Raskuja
that the
is
fire
to be
tiles will
ready.
hurt them just like it hurts us. Unless they just happen to
Don't
outfit
be
every
rich.
squad in this map with fire boots.
I await
Which would
your
make some
command.
sense, but I'm hoping not.
Stay strong, everyone.
I really need to put a healer in Narima's squad
I
once she
love
has
this
the leadership to fit it in without losing any power. Because that's what her big problem is. She doesn't have any stability because nobody on her squad heals. She's meant to be an archer team, primarily, and the samurai part's meant to be a counterattack move for her. But sometimes I get forgetful, and bad things happen to her.
The army
Bunch
is
of
ready.
money.
Sayuna will never.
Like, Lysander's squad has a similar problem, but he himself can heal a little. He just doesn't have out-of-combat
I'm
healing.
just getting started.
Getting real thirsty here.
Time to end this.
Actually,
It must
yeah, you
be
can
done.
charge them now. That's exactly what I wanted. This way we have the shock advantage against these guys. Because that'll keep one of the assassins out of the fight, preventing them from doing any real damage. So I knew they weren't going to wipe them in one hit. And that nets me that chest. Go ahead and have
My
you wipe out
friends
the
are counting on
gunners.
me.
You should be able to do that just fine. Worst case, a gun fires at a dragon and the dragon lives to tell the tale. Kinda like that, yeah. And then they get destroyed.
I can do this.
Yep, you're just about done getting the CP to become a dragon rider. Fantastic.
Repent.
You can go ahead and
before
bash
the
their
righteous.
head in. Now watch, I'm gonna have not read the memo and I'm supposed to get myself to the exit and it's gonna take a dog's age for me to get around. So I think I've generated enough power that I can teleport. Or the unit, so I can probably just teleport myself across the mountain. yep, I have to reach the stone gate. I done fucked up. I was apparently supposed to avoid taking hazard damage. Oh,
How
boo-hoo.
can I help, my lord?
I don't really care.
Telling me who to kill.
I ain't got all day.
I don't seem to have enough power to teleport, though. Do I? No, I do. There we go. That'll sort out the turn limit problem. They might want to change the coloration on that teleport spell, because it looked like it wasn't charged, because it was all dark and gray. There we go. That takes care of that. Now we grab the chest, I step into the thing, and this map's over.
For my people.
Da-da-da-da.
For my homeland.
Easily done. I was half expecting that to end up in A just because I didn't get the challenge, but the surrenders made up for it. Looks like our thieves found their hiding spot. Seems like a trap. Better keep our eyes open then and blink us out if things go sideways. We need the book. Yep. Yep. Definitely a trap. Definitely a trap. By the heavens. Isn't that crazy mage who gave us trouble before? Yes. And apparently one of the Nephilim. Yeah. Go ahead and heal her. She's probably gonna be useful. Am I dead? Just about. But you'll be fine. Splendid. Looks like those Imperial goons didn't get the best of me after all. I do suppose I owe you a thank you, How about an apology? You know, for stealing our property. Oh, that belonged to you? Goodness, had I known when I was dealing with such lovely specimens, I would have just asked nicely instead. Name's Beatrix Pendergast. Pendergast? As in Edmund Pendergast? That's the one, darling. Edmund's the little princess. Interesting. I wonder what someone from such a family would be doing out here. Beatrix, you must come with us. You are one of the ancient avatars of Donar, reborn into our world. Wait just a minute, how did you... Aha! Of course, you pulled me from the brink. Signature move of Donar himself. Well, fancy meeting you here 1,000 years later. And you, the gigantic paladin, inheritor of Galzus' legacy, no doubt. Eat any good books lately? Beatrix, the Nephilim are destined to reunite and fight Xanatus in the final battle. It is written in the prophecy, which has thus far come true. Yes, that is the prophecy, as they say, isn't it? If you don't like prophecies, take a look. All but one Nephilim avatar is standing in this room. We have much to discuss. Let's head back to Embor. Oh, really? And just why should Beatrix Pendergast comply with the likes of you, I have an army, and you owe me one. You know, I always did love it in Embor. What with the year-round, bone-chilling winter, the endless featureless fields, the bland, lard-based cuisine. Yes, what a lovely destination. After you. Embor Palace Throne Room, headquarters of the Nephilim army. You lovelies found me at the shrine in pursuit of my divine weapon. You see, as the legend goes, the original Nephilim sealed away their weapons after defeating Xanatus and spread them throughout the world. Then the temple decided, like many things, to keep this a secret. No need to fuss, you're in for a treat. Heard about your little divine intervention on Mount Toma. Well, you haven't yet tasted power. These weapons will unlock every bit of your potential. There's the magic of Cyrene at Mount Karnak. Balmung, the divine greatsword of Ishtar at Sant Andraka City. Valor, the gauntlet little Galzus at Greywind Peak, belonging to our paladin of prolific proportions here. Skyrender underneath the royal palace at Sayuna. Oh, I suppose the heavens have chosen the poorly dressed rogue to carry this torch, huh? Congratulations. At least I'm decently clothed. Last and certainly not least, Light Fury, the Sword of Donar, which dealt the final blow to Xanatus, piercing the demon's heart. Of course, this one's at the Imperial capital. We know this one belongs in your hands, Drac. You holding Light Fury would be the closest any of us mere mortals can get to sitting down and having tea with Donar himself. Two are already found. Mine, and the Balmung, wielded by the Black Knight you darlings refer to as the Hand of Xanatus. But 3 are still ripe for the picking. And if they get their hands on these weapons, then you'll be in a bind, won't you? Beatrix, how exactly do you know all this? I had a feeling you'd ask, so full of curiosity this one. I take it you have become acquainted with the followers of Xanatus, hmm? We have? Oh, I know. You're a real thorn in their side, Avatar of Donar. Or at least they would say the false one. Once they found out I'm one of the Nephilim, they tried to make me one of them. Huh, odd. I figured they would have just preferred to kill me off. That's what happens when you fly too close to the sun. You get burnt. And I burned them quite handily. Stole all the secrets I could and left to find my destiny, the magic of Cyrene. And here you are, falling into our lap. Seems a bit convenient for my tastes. We live in a time of fate, darling. And is it so hard to believe that we Nephilim would find each other? Either way, you're Nephilim and we fight together. Just don't disappoint us, Beatrix. We've got to admit, we did not get off on the right foot, when you kind of burnt half my army. No pish, bygones and all that. I do wonder, what besides favor with the heavens do I have to gain by lending you my considerable power? All I can offer you is a target-rich environment. And that's my final offer, and don't pretend that's not exactly what you want. Touché, Avatar of Donar. Ugh. That voice is a lot harder to maintain than it might sound. The success of the Nephilim army has awoken the sleeping hearts of the people of Tanra. They are finding the courage to fight to restore their freedom. But the forces of the Empire are still quite powerful and will crush any new resistance that might organize. The translated scrolls of the Historium Magnus point to a Nephilim shrine at Greywind Peak in the Sandraka continent. Seeking both to weaken the Empire here and to unlock the power of the shrine, Drax's army establishes a base at Sandraka district. Conquering the local Imperial army based at the port city of Crestmore would be a straightforward task. However, an old but all too familiar enemy makes itself known. Yeah, I figured it was coming through a bit. I also probably should have slowed down a little bit in reading that, rather than zooming through it. Jules, ever the over-positive. That does explain some things about her so far. Yeah, that is how that works. He who holds the bank holds the world. I see the potential for an entertaining character in Beatrix, but I'm not sure it's quite hitting there. She almost comes off as random for random's sake, a little bit. She's not quite there, but she's riding on the edge of that concept. There is some irony and aggravation to the fact that I get her right after I transfer Lysander over to being a mage squad, when clearly she's built to be that. Even though she has absolutely zero leadership traits at all. Now, let's see what I've got to spare for her. For the time being, have a dragon. And this Zweihander while I figure out what I'm doing with you. You literally just need a nudge up with CP, so we'll just sort that out. And there we go, this squad can fly now. They can go anywhere they please, and there's not a whole lot that's gonna be able to stop them. Only got 3 proofs of merit, so I won't make a second gold dragon yet. Did you guys gain what you need yet? No, I think you're both one short, aren't you? Yep, you're both just short of being Hussars still. Sad days. And I still have no sun gems to make half the damn magic units what they need to be. I will hire an additional sentinel for free because the sentinels have been a huge pain to train. Samurais haven't been that bad to train, but Life Assault's pretty good, so I'll take you. I've got so much money that I may as well get what I can, pretty much. That's actually a decent artifact, so I'll take that. This is also a good artifact. I don't need another Grandmaster Spellbook. I sold one of those already because I had too many. We did get 1 gold arena token, so we should probably make use of that in a minute here. Now, I do have 1 apple of agility that I can fix 1 unit with. And considering Jaromir's squad's the one that's kind of underperforming out of the ones who need it, I'm going to give it to this guy to get him to be a Hussar. That should make this squad a bit stronger. Now, Narima. Yeah, you have no leadership to spare at all. You're committed. You're still a mercenary. You're non-committal. Non-committal. you're down to nothing at this point. You need some time to become committed still. That's her big problem, is I've had to fill up most of her samurai spacing with mercenaries, because they were just such a pain to train with the affinities I was getting. I could swap one of them out for the mercenary samurai we just bought so that they start getting some loyalty built up, but I don't think that's that worth our time right now. I could make your whole front line gold, but you've already got 3 golden units. You don't need more at the moment. Do you guys get enough strength yet, or are you still terrible? You're still terrible, and I'm disappointed. Because again, their affinities are wrong, and I could fix it by getting entirely different units, but I would have to train them up and everything, which would just be a pain. So I haven't bothered yet. And considering we've got like 9 chapters of the game left, I wasn't that worried about it. If I was playing on the highest difficulty, I would worry about it more. But here on Captain, I don't think I have that much to worry about at this point. Aside from maybe one serious issue, like at the end of the game or something. So after I do the fight here, I'm probably going to do a juggle of everybody's setups. I think I am going to put Lysander back on Gunners. Give all of the mages in his team to Beatrix. I might even give her the sorceress I have, and I'll take the Red Dragon into my team. Or I'll give her the apprentice that I have, one or the other. I may just, like, fill her team with apprentices to get them trained up. I don't know. Because the problem with putting nothing but apprentices in there is they will die. They will die a miserable death. I also should have given her some artifacts of any kind, but I am a bit of a space case today, so I'm forgetting a lot of things that I should be doing. Both have the same leadership at this point. You need less help at this point, though, so we'll send Barnabas. I probably should have sent a much stronger team into this one, though, since it's a gold arena.
You know who I am?
We
Time
might
to
get
even the
slaughtered.
odds.
His gold arena was the only one we've really had an iffy time with
We will
thus
always find
far.
a way.
Platinum I was fine because I sent the real heavy shit.
You got a plan?
But Hindsight just immediately kicked me the second I went, oh yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, it doesn't look like this one's as nasty. So we should be okay. Maybe. Possibly. We shall see.
Stay strong, everyone.
You make this too easy.
Raskuja can sense prey.
Donar, guide my attack.
School is in session.
They moved their gunner, or at least their dragoons, into exactly the spot I wanted. The gunners are in a little bit of a weird spot, but it should be okay. These aren't warbows or anything, so this shouldn't be too big a problem.
Raskuja is to be ready.
You go ahead and break these guys.
Dinner time.
Let's give you a shot firing on those archers, see how you do. Yeah, she's... Wait. Okay, she's about as OP as she was before. Okay. She's not, like, ridiculous anymore, but she's still strong. That's important information to have.
I await your command.
So she'll be able to hold her own, is more what I was concerned most with. We'll go and weaken these guys, or kill them. I'm hoping kill them, but I'm betting it's just gonna be weaken. Yep. His gunners are not as low on armor as archers are, typically,
Sergeant awaiting orders.
in my experience so far. Okay, there's just 2 Dragoons left. That shouldn't be too big an issue.
Time to end this.
Let's have Jules' squad actually weaken those assassins, because they're going to be an issue as well. Those are actually only 1 assassin in that team, and now there's 0. So I'm happy. I always try to mitigate the biggest threats I see with my archers, where possible. Or the biggest aggravation, depending on the situation. This is gonna sting. These guys are nowhere near as good on the defensive, because of course, you know, cavalry's not really meant to be a defensive unit. Okay. Okay, dragons are gone. They wiped themselves out on the cavalry, even though that really did hurt. Which is a concern, but, you know. Okay. You attacked the squad that could fire 6 shots at you against your 2. I see. Makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. Not in the slightest. Ow. And that's why I wanted to get rid of the gunners, but nothing I had was killing them quickly in range. That's upsetting. But that's kind of what Barnabas is in this lineup for this go round. He's kind of the take the beating guy out of this lot.
Ready for the barbecue.
She's already shattered. Can you force them to surrender? Yep. Let's just get them out of here. Get you some free levels.
Telling me who to kill.
How can I help, my lord?
They're already shattered.
Sayuna will never die.
Swift as
Okay, here's the idea. Since you're already injured, bump those guys out of the fight. Leaving them back up.
Raskuja.
That doesn't give Raskuja to reach on those archers. Dang it. Ah well. Gonna move into a better position there.
We will always find a way.
Keep forgetting
Stay strong,
diagonals are a
everyone.
problem. should take care of that being an issue.
Time to even the odds.
Should be able to just bump them out. And then she'll be able to chase down that assassin team if it doesn't just charge in and destroy itself. And that should get her into a better level as well. And then we just mop up that paladin squad and we move on with our lives. Oh good, they were smart enough not to melee something with 2 units left. Good job.
Donar, guide my attack.
Go. That should help her squad immensely.
Raskuja
Because she's,
be ready.
since she was always shooting
you
and
know
things, she
who
never
I
really got to make too much surrender, so she didn't get as much of certain stats. I think your leadership growth is better when you're making people surrender. I'm not 100% on that because I haven't actually read the numbers. But that feels like it would be a thing.
Telling me who to kill.
I await your command.
Yeah, Barnabas can just chill over there. He's not going to have any further part in this. Not with his entire front line gone.
He will always find a way.
Now we'll have him fire aggressive so he focuses on the injured. Perfect. Because without those two back mages, this is not a threat team really anymore. Sentinels don't do enough damage to be that big a problem. Neither do paladins.
Sayuna will never die.
And just for fun, we'll go ahead and send another volley of arrows in there. See if I can knock a healer out or something. Or we can get rid of all of the mages. That's okay. I can live with that. Now we send Beatrix's team in and
Dinner time.
I'm immensely disappointed. There we go. Worked out. Everything's fine. Wow, she already got her class mastery up.
Swift as people, strike like
Okay, that could have gone horribly wrong, but it thankfully didn't. 0 point blade. I've never seen that. We'll want to take a look at what that does. Do you guys happen to get what you need? Yes! Finally! There we go. No more Cavaliers in this squad. Everything is Knights and Valkyries. God damn. That took more doing than I feel like it should have. So she didn't really gain any leadership from it. But I do think I like the idea of giving her the apprentices to train. I'll keep the Zweihander in her team, though. That'll be a good frontliner for her. And I'll just be taking these 2 apprentices from you for now, Lysander. You can have your gunners back. Can't quite have all of them back yet. Not unless I take away your fire mage, and I'd rather you have that for the moment. Till Beatrix can fit it. This will also give her some assassin protection for herself Except... Right, he's a mercenary, so he's expensive to fit in a team. Hang on. Give me my apprentice. I will take the mercenary apprentice for now. You can have the one I've been training. Except you can't fit him either, because your leadership sucks. That's okay, we can fix that. We can account for people's leadership being terrible. There we go. Now she has 2 apprentices tagging along behind her. It's not as strong as the dragon was, but these guys need their training. If I had the damn sunstones, I'd make them into full-blown mages to help her, but can't, because they suck. But yeah, this guy was a mercenary too. That's why it was being such a pain. Huh, that's not what I expected that to do. It gives more max HP, armor, lowers your strength a little, and takes 1 capacity. That's not actually that bad. That's actually really strong. What I'm gonna do in order to fit the regalia then is I'm going to give her... Oh, I already gave away both of the banners, huh? Do they still need those banners? You do not need your banner anymore. Take some armor instead to keep your squad alive. Still can't quite fit it, so if I give up the Yor Weave Cloak, she can fit that and gain the max HP and the 12 magic. That'll work. Because that puts these guys in a decent state of being useful. Yeah, actually, that's her entire problem as far as her leadership goes right now, is the fact that I've filled her squad out entirely with mercenaries, because that's what I have. What I can do is continue to juggle people around a little bit to make that work. Because, like, I'm pretty sure this guy's super loyal. Yeah. I can trade Dennis over to her. This is just gonna take a minute. Just bear with me while I juggle things around to make her squad reasonably useful to me. This does mean I didn't have to do any of the juggling I just did, but it is what it is. I'll also give her the St. Teresa Bulwark to keep her frontliner alive. And that should work itself out just fine. Like, I'm a little worried that that idea is not actually going to work the way I want it to, but we'll see. So I also didn't want to give up the actual mages the other squads had. Oh yeah, we also have a bunch of side stuff we can do at this stage of the game, so we'll go ahead and go through all of these. Because for some reason at Chapter 20 you gain a bunch of side missions. Since the Wars of Imperial Conquest, all traces of the Donari Temple have been actively dismantled. It was thought that not a single temple remained in Viridia until now. Because of the strong foothold the Nephilim army holds in the northern tundra, scouts were able to track the Imperial Army's movements in the Lake Felnama region. The Empire has located one last refuge of the temple, which has housed many devotees who sought refuge. Before Drax's army could mobilize, one of its members saw fit to take care of the problem on her own. The highly ambitious Sybil has donned the armor of the Sisters of Justice and stands against the Imperial assault with very little support. Drax prepares to save Sybil and perhaps the last intact Donari temple in Viridia. She has decided to just rush off like a fool. She does have a good squad in that setup, though, so there's that. But holy balls, this is gonna be a problem. I'm very glad I have a flying team by this point. I can have Abigail fly across and support Sybil immediately. As opposed to having to slog through all this crap to get around. Let's see. Move me up here. Diana will sweep to this side. We'll send one of the cavalry units down here, probably Jaromir. Barnabas will go with me. Jules here. Remo here. Skuja. Stefan. Beatrix. Sender. And since we don't have Sybil, that is everybody.
Where am I needed?
And we'll just crunch through as much of this as fast as we can.
Battle formations.
Actually, no, we need Beatrix to get more leadership. We'll have her grab that.
Victory for Embor.
Jaromir goes around behind that guy. Should do just fine charging into their back. That squad's basically got no teeth, so that should be fine.
What's our next tactic?
Lysander's team admittedly is only good for one round at the moment. Is the mage will throw his spell and the gunners will fire off and then they'll just kind of sit there. Ooh, they've got a dragon in that squad. Definitely gonna shoot at that team then. See if I can do something about some of that. Very good. One of the healers is out of the mix. Let's...
Stay strong, everyone.
Let's go ahead and go over here. Actually, no, they're both already basically out of this. Go ahead and actually just bump those guys out. You could use the extra points. And just back out of that. Abigail just hops over. Because I'm assuming they're all going to start aggroing in this direction, so having an extra unit here to protect her will be a huge benefit.
I must stay strong.
I'm gonna give Raskuja a chance to fight this first. Can Stefan reach?
Oh, sorry.
He can't.
Did you need something?
Since he had the actual assassins that would go behind it to hit the dragon, I was debating that. But they should be able to get through the Sentinel okay. Yeah, they chopped right through it because that's what they're built to do. Because the shot rangers start with does extra damage to armor just like a crossbow does. They actually provide a very good counterpoint to the squad I have for Stefan. Since Stefan's very good at stabbing the back rank, and Raskuja's rangers cut through the front rank pretty well.
School is in session.
Starting to lay these squads out a little smarter, which is becoming an issue. Actually, no, don't ride that far out because they're just all gonna come in.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
And that's our turn. The noisy cricket's a wonderful item because it just makes them waste so much time attacking Diana's indestructible team here. They attack her, get slaughtered, everybody's happy except them. Charge right into the spears and guns. Great idea. Brilliant cavalry use. To get roasted alive. In hindsight, I might have actually wanted to send Barnabas down south, since there's so much cavalry up here. Jaramir's team is pretty good at fighting cavalry. It would have been a better use of his team. But, he'll be fine. Probably. Let me show you how it's done. They are not gonna get past Abigail anytime quick, not in that positioning. Because at best they can get a couple crossbows fired off at her, aside from one-on-one fighting. So they can't even overwhelm her with numbers.
The time to act is now.
And fun fact, I didn't know this fight was coming. I did not push to have those flyers for this fight. I just knew we were going to have a situation like this at some point. where a flying team would be incredibly helpful. Which is why I wanted a flying team.
Do you know who I am?
Especially after some of the other
paladin
stuff
never
that happened
surrenders.
earlier in the game to us.
You make this too easy.
They're already shattered, so go ahead and just knock them out of the fight. Get her some nice easy training. This whole lot's just broken themselves on us, so we don't even have to fight 90% of these guys.
I love this part.
Stefan, you should be able to go ahead and knock this over the head, so go ahead and have some fun. He doesn't get enough screen time compared to the rest of the team these days. By the time he catches up to the fight's over. Which I suppose is the cost of having a really strong cavalry team at this point, is I just roll through things.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders. Danar, give me strength.
There's not actually much else for him to do down here, so I'm just gonna have him attack these guys and then go back to seize those places. Because honestly, I don't care about the iron mine aside from points on the mission. Because we don't really need more iron. We're kind of drowning in it. And it's more important he gets the initiative on these guys anyway. Help weaken some of the assassin teams down so they don't just truck his team.
Awaiting your orders. How can I help, my lord?
That team might attack Jules' squad, but it'll be okay.
Donar, guide my attack.
The biggest threat on that team's the dragon, and I don't think even that'll wipe him out. It might just hurt a lot.
I must be brave.
If I wanted to really be a smartass, I could just sit here and knock them over the head, and or just sit here and heal. But I may as well just have her force anybody that survives fighting her to surrender, and then keep doing that over and over again. Which basically is giving me a free win. Oh, you went all the way around to attack Lysander's team, the one that's pretty much built to kill armor like you. I see. They shot the fucking spearman for some reason. But you know, it is what it is. Thunk. The front line died either way. And that's what's important out of that exchange. That the front line's gone. There we go. That cleans itself up. Yep, you're gonna wipe yourselves out. That's fine. Or not. Perfect. And gives me a chance to get them out of here alive. Meanwhile, the very slow grind battle over here just carries on. This is genuinely just a war of attrition happening over here, and they're losing it. I was about to say, interesting. They didn't shoot, even though they positioned themselves to shoot. I was about to be very confused. The game was just having a moment where it needed to move the camera before it would commit to doing that.
We will always find a way.
Dinner time.
Break their resolve.
Ready for the barbecue.
Forcing enemies to surrender has got to be driving her crazy since she wants to just
Sonar
burn everything.
regrets.
Like, what? I can't burn them? Oh, why? Why?
Swift as wind.
Because we get paid if they live. I do like money.
Getting real thirsty here.
It must be done.
My friends are counting on me.
Yeah, it's fine. They don't surrender, they attack, then they get attacked, wiped out, surrender anyway. Win-win. The surrender count on this mission is going to be ridiculous. So I think I've destroyed like one unit out of this entire fight. And the rest have surrendered. This one's gonna be dead, of course. Unless they somehow split the damage in a really weird way. This guy's not surviving 2 rounds of combat. Yeah. He dodged a lot, but there was only so much dodging he could do against 6 angry horsemen. Now in comes the last Sentinel team. Just to wipe itself out. And now they realize, oh shit, there's other enemies coming. We should probably go shoot at that.
The army is ready.
For my people. For my homeland.
Since he's about to go hit that squad, he may as well get full health.
You got a plan?
Not that this squad's any threat to him at all. But, you know, one of those things, may as well.
Command me.
Oh, what are my objectives anyway? Ah, seize Falnamia, the castle town. Okay.
Stay strong, everyone.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Raskuja
Judging from the way this is playing out, I should have sent at least one more unit
Repent
down
before the
from below.
righteous. Sayuna will never die.
Just because there's going to be a couple enemies left kicking around down there,
Do
which is going to
you
make this
know
take
who
slightly
I am?
longer.
I can do this.
You guys can resist all you want, it ain't going to work out for you. Okay, they actually got through it because the heal kicked in at the right time. Good for them. They're not gonna survive anything else, though. Sure. And I guess, realistically, that is the lesser of two evils. But oh boy, that's still of a choice to run into. Let's go fight the cavalry. Let them dead.
School is in session.
I must stay strong. Battle formations.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
Raskuja is to be ready.
Where am I needed?
Time to end this.
Yep, that's gonna be easy meat. Just grind over here. That unit can reach you. That's fine. One unit hitting him is absolutely fine.
I must not fail.
That out.
I must
probably-
be brave.
I'll probably just have Abigail fly down here and help clear this pile out.
Victory for Embor.
I want him to go ahead and grab that iron just for points.
Time to even the odds. You make this too easy.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
Yeah, you know what? Save him taking the damage. We'll just have Barnabas park in front of him. 2 squads will reach Barnabas probably, but it'll be okay. And Sybil never even had to raise a weapon throughout this entire fight. The blessing and curse that is free actions. Entire squad gets free action. Jesus Christ, game. They're already dead. You don't need to do that. God damn. Ooh, I actually got close to killing him that time because this is the strongest squad they've got. But he held tough. And now half that squad is gone.
My
Oh,
friends
how
are
easily
counting on
things
me.
turn against you guys, huh?
Donar, give me strength.
A paladin never surrenders.
You haven't had one of these in a... Oh, wow, they're not gonna surrender, huh? Interesting. Then again, it is a lead unit that's targeted.
I
so
love
it
this
makes
part.
sense. Perfect. Oop. Forgot about the Sin Blade's extra attack, since that's a guaranteed
What's our next
extra
tactic?
move. You should be able to force a surrender on these guys, though. It won't trigger the surrender here, but once the guns go off and the magic and everything, that should do the job. Or none of the guns fired at the Valkyrie like I expected them to. Right. Okay.
Telling me who to kill.
Still won't surrender, but this should work out this time. I mean, there's 2 of them. I certainly hope you guys can fucking gun down 2 people. Even then, they still didn't surrender. I guess that one just couldn't surrender.
I ain't got all
Like, that one was just not
How can I
allowed.
help, my lord?
Which I guess makes sense.
You got a plan?
The battle lies before me.
Actually, what the fuck of it?
The time to act is now.
This way we don't have to waste time capturing that. Just teleport over.
Guide my attack.
Even though we do have the meteor power now because we have Beatrix. We are just missing 1 Nephilim to have all of the abilities at our disposal. Yep, you're gonna go attack Jules' squad, which is okay. You killed 1 raider. Good for you. You've killed another one. There's still many left to put arrows into you. I would worry more if the fight wasn't literally over at this point. Like, even with them throwing everything they have at him, all they're gonna do is die.
I can do
Now they
this.
get hit with the pincer on the bridge, and they're hosed. I'm even going to let them have a turn. You fucking survived. There you go. Fucking 8 health. God damn it.
Ready. We will always find a way.
I'm gonna fire cautious just so he doesn't wipe them out. That should work. Except that's a big heal, but she's not an issue. Her surviving just means they auto-surrender anyway.
Ready for the
I can't reach.
Volvish.
For my
I'll do
people.
it myself.
For my homeland.
Yeah, they didn't fucking go for it. That's okay. And there they go. Of course, now I need to go back to the Donari Temple.
I must stay strong.
I'll be there next turn. Which is actually, I think, gonna be literally just barely too late. Which, you know, it is what it
The
is.
battle lies before me.
It's either on time or just barely too late. I can't tell. Nope, it's exactly on time. Perfect. Look at that surrender list. They can't even fit on the screen. Embor Palace. What am I going to do with you, Sybil? Thank you for looking out for me, Drac. Sybil, let me tell you what it means to be a paladin. We are not brutes, nor do we desire for ourselves. A paladin has been forged in the fire of battle for most of their lives, and is punished harshly for pursuing worldly reward, or succumbing to fear. We must be ready to die for Donar. Even though evil forces have nearly destroyed us, the paladins will live on. Under normal circumstances, you as a female must have bore a child to a father of the temple's choosing. We are living in extraordinary times, and our sacred order needs you. Yes, I understand. Should you become a Sister of Justice, your sole purpose will be as a divine weapon of war, and you will wield the essence of divinity as your armor and weapon. With this power comes the burdens we bear: discipline, sacrifice, and temperance. Are you prepared for this, Sybil? I want nothing more, madam. I am prepared to do whatever it takes. I think you should call her sister now. Then from now on, until you depart this world, you are a paladin. Serve Donar in the cause of good and justice until your last breath. I am honored to welcome someone as brave as you, Sister Sybil. Oh nice, you got a leadership up from it too. Thank you. Thank you so much. And here we are, with a upgrade for Sybil. So this might complicate matters a little bit with her team. So I think paladins can heal as well. The fact that she's a paladin now does reduce her healing. I could downgrade her back down, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'll move her to the front line of her team and get rid of the spearman she has. Actually, no, she has enough leadership that she can fit. No. We'll go ahead and get rid of him anyway. We'll give her this Hospitaller, but I will change them around to suit. In fact, yeah, we actually have the Sunstone to make them a Templar. Oh, there we go. That solves that. And her squad's actually going to be a lot better now. I mean, hell, why not? Sybil, you've earned it. Have a dragon. That should up the power of her squad a fair bit. She's still got 10 more leadership. That was a huge upgrade for her. Fucking hell. Let's get you guys made into proper wizards. You'll be a fire mage. You... Yeah, she's got 10 leadership left. She was sitting around like 65 before that mission. So she gained like 25 or so more leadership. There we go, this team's looking stronger now. She still needs a hell of a lot more leadership. We're out of Sunstones again. Did this get me a new marketplace? Yes, it did, okay. There's an affinity for fire, that'll be helpful. Sunstone. Good, good, good. Don't need that. Gems would be nice. Like that. We'll take the obsidian too, for shits and giggles. Another copy of bowmanship. Now, what's actually in here? I don't have any Centurions. Like, Centurions are the one thing I don't have, I think. So what I'll do, since it'll fit better, is I'll put that Centurion over here in Lysander's team. And now we've got every unit in the game represented aside from Siege Cannons and Dragoons, since I don't have the tech to get them. At least I think I've got every unit represented now. I'm gonna up you to a Templar. Because Raskuja's team needs the healing. I would upgrade Jules as healer, but I kind of like keeping them as a Hospitaller because I don't think they get as much effect for the healing out of a Valkyrie as they do out of the Hospitaller. And it just would look weird having a Templar running alongside the Horse Archers as they sprint all over the map. Do you have what you need yet? Nope. Now admittedly, the Affinity Fire thing comes a little late right now. Because I don't think there's anybody who's missing stats to become something anymore. Aside from that one guy who's not able to be a Hussar. I think literally everybody else is just waiting on material. We did get a Silver Arena token as well. But let's do more of the side missions first. Let me save just in case things go horribly wrong on these missions. Dragons. What about them? The army that has more of them than the other tends to win battles. The Archelius Empire recognizes this and is attempting to establish a monopoly on dragons by annihilating the broods not under their control. Deep within Nikeda Island rests Dragon's Haven. The Azure Dragon Brood's king, Azuros, holds out against an attack by Imperial forces. If the Nephilim army can put a stop to this assault, it may be able to win the favor of a powerful centuries-old dragon. Don't really need more dragons, but I'll take more dragons. Okay, looks like they're gonna be pushing their way up to where Arzuros is holding out up there. So I can do the same thing I did with Abigail before and hop her over the wall. Unless this is a non-flyable path. We'll find out in a minute on that one. They've sent some hefty stuff this time. Got lots of samurai, some either champions or Zweihanders, some centurions. Nothing I can't handle, I don't think. If Abigail can fly over, that great. If not, that's okay. Call the Nephilim right up in front. It is nice having Sybil have her own model now, kind of. It's the standard Paladin model, but at least Abigail and Sybil are discernible at a glance now, instead of just being recolors of each other. And I'm out of units to deploy. And I'm out of room to deploy. So, here we go. And yes, she can just fly over this. So she can work with the Dragon King and keep that whole thing under control better.
Repent before the righteous.
You just roll right on down the middle, it's fine. Go kick their ass. It's looking like all of these side missions aren't going to take too long to clear. So it'll really depend on how long each of the chapter missions end up being, whether I'll be able to beat the game today or not.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
Like, I don't think it's ever going to be a matter of difficulty whether I beat the game at this point. It's going to be a matter of whether I get it done today, or if I have to finish it up next week and then start the next thing.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
But I do, of course, have that whole energy limitation.
It must be done.
I await your command.
I looked at how highly upgraded this team was, and I was like, I don't want to just rush somebody recklessly into that. That seems a little ugly. Now, without the caster, this should be a bit better. Now you get out of the way so other people can get shit done.
Awaiting your orders.
Lysander, you can go ahead and take this guy on. Yep, that's taken care of.
Stay strong, everyone.
Go ahead and have Jules weaken this other upgraded squad here. Not that any of these, I think, present a serious threat, but it never hurts to soften it up a bit, just to make sure we get through it without any casualties or anything bad like that happening.
Do you know who I am?
Wise choice. No matter what they did, they were going to be forced to surrender, because as soon as the meteor she cast comes down, that was over. They weren't going to get through that and without being forced down.
School is in session.
And have him hop down here, force him out, and then in theory, yep, he'll be able to come out a little more. Bait these guys in.
The time to act.
I'll
is
go ahead and
now.
just cap this point. Yeah, Orzoros doesn't fall below 50% HP. And I need to seize their home base to do this. Which is, I assume, that. Yep. Okay. So what I'll probably do is the main force is going to crush through here, clean all these guys out. A couple guys are going to split off and pound their way through to get to this temple and everything down here. And the reason the main force is going to rush over there is because they're going to all charge straight up. Which is not really going to work out great for them, but, you know, it's up to them to try.
They'll notice this one for sure.
I am pleased, though, that my expectations for what was going to happen with Sybil worked out exactly in line with what I expected. Because since she wanted to be a paladin, I gave her a heavy squad because I expected her to turn into a paladin at some point in the game. And here we are. She's a paladin now. And since these seem to be transition missions for the people who don't have their own unique upgrades, I wouldn't be surprised if Abigail turns into a Dragon Rider from this. She might get paired with Arzuros as a team.
Ready.
Crack that out of the way myself.
Master Sergeant, awaiting
Barnabas can
orders.
push in, and Diana can as well. This way, some of the force that would go up to Arzuros and Abigail will come up my way instead, presumably. Because they have to deal with the threat. Wow, critical hit for 6 damage. Such a powerful
Where am I
attack. I don't know how I'd ever handle it.
Break their resolve. Time to end this.
Victory for Embor.
I'm gonna have like the cavalry and the heavy units go this way, and some of the lighter people will go down this side. But really, I only need to send like one unit down here, maybe two, to reach both of these. Because everybody funneling through here can literally just go both directions and take care of that.
Raskuja can sense its prey.
That opening volley from the Rangers is so strong. I doubted Rangers initially because having like one Ranger really wasn't doing a whole hell of a lot.
Something?
Now that we've got a squad of them, they just destroy anything they touch. And I think a full squad of assassins would be just as good, just for different purposes. I'm kind of enjoying the mixed squad that Stefan has at this point. It's been working out for him.
Sayuna will never die. You make this too easy. I must be brave.
Can I control him? No, he's just kind of there.
My friends are counting on me.
We should be okay just handling this lot over here. Even if they all pile in, they'll just wipe themselves out. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they didn't have you gain the ability to have Dragon Riders from this mission instead of having it be a tech option. Since in theory you can rush the tech option early by just focusing purely on going up the left side. Which would hamper you in some ways, but you absolutely could do it. Don't get me wrong, it takes a while to train up these Dragon Riders, unless you overspend on them. And they're not the be-all, end-all, as you can see by the fact that they are taking quite significant damage at this point. They are in danger. Considering I did actually lose one. I did overextend them. And I knew I was going to be taking a risk doing that. But I should be able to have her back up and it'll be mostly okay. I wouldn't say I underestimated how strong these enemies were, but I did underestimate how many were going to turn. I figured some of them were going to more of them were going to turn my way, not the entire squad go north. I'm pretty sure they're hard scripted to go that way. And even if Abigail's squad falls, we should be okay. I just need to get enough of these guys out of the way that the cavalry can get around. We are actually taking real damage in this fight because of how many upgraded squads they have. Them actually having actual units with tier 3 units in makes a big difference for them. I might have to, you know, actually use tactics and weird shit like that. What a world, what a world. At this point, though, I probably should turn the animation speed up again. It's we're not gonna see much new anymore, I don't think, aside from unique enemies. And that will, of course, make these fights go a lot faster. They are really committed on this one, and it ain't gonna work out for them, because all they did was let me top off health instead of doing any real damage to me. But yeah, Centurions are basically the only problem with having your squishy units in the middle. Because, of course, the Centurions will stab through the front and hit them. But no matter where you put your squishy units, they're under threat from something. Either a mage can reach them, an assassin can reach them, or a Centurion can reach them. You pretty much have to pick and choose which one
people,
you feel is the
my
biggest
homeland.
threat. Yeah, I know, you won't surrender, but I'll make you surrender. Because there's no way you were pulling through that kind of nonsense I'm throwing at you. Well, at the very least, go up to fast. I don't think I'll go up to turbo.
The army is ready.
What are you looking for? But no, I know how that feels, looking for something all day and not finding it.
Time to even the odds. Dinner time.
I swear her surrender odds must be crazy. Oh, okay.
Dana, give me strength.
It's one of those situations. So you're probably having a hard enough time finding literally the exact right angle and everything too, then.
How can I help, my lord?
Yeah, I can see how that would drive you up a wall. Well, we all know how well those kind of hints usually work.
You got a plan?
I can do this.
It'll take them a bit to catch up to her if I fly her all the way back here, so we'll just have her hang out with the dragon. Which is honestly what I should have done in the first place, but I wanted to be able to stall them a bit and do some damage.
A paladin never surrenders.
Since now at normal unit at pace, we'll be able to catch up just fine.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
That's unfortunate.
Raskuja is to
And I'm sure you don't want to just give in and look it up at this point yet.
I'm just getting
Knowing you,
started.
you're probably going to want to keep bashing at it a bit longer. Because I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Okay, they will turn around. They just didn't initially. That's fine. So now they're gonna get stalled out attacking Jules' team. Oh yeah, they're really just gonna hard commit to fighting Jules. That's fantastic, actually. That solves this problem automatically. Because they can't all pile in on him, so they're gonna get into archer duels with him, which they won't win. Okay, you touched the dragon. Good for you. Let me guess. Yeah, he noticed it immediately.
I love this part.
Mm-hmm. That's how it always goes. An extra pair of eyes sometimes will just spot the difference that you needed immediately. And while it's so good, it's also so frustrating.
Battle formations. I must stay strong.
Well, there's always the simple logic of, if you've been everywhere, you would have found it. So there was somewhere you hadn't been. Ah.
Donar, guide my
That's
attention.
fair. If it hadn't been on a particular type of thing before, it makes sense that you wouldn't have immediately checked. But once you ran out of other options, that kind of was the only thing left.
Ready for the
I mean,
barbecue.
look what kept happening to me yesterday.
Donar be with us.
Devs will change their minds eventually, because they have to keep changing things up to keep them interesting.
It must be done.
Learn from my mistakes, you know? Lord knows I don't, so somebody's gotta.
School is in session.
We will always find a way.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
I think they'd still manage to force the surrender, but it's not worth the damage they're gonna take at the rate things are going right now. There we go. That basically solves the they're gonna go kill the dragon problem. The most powerful squads they have are also gone now. These squads are still dangerous, as you can see, but they're not the same level of danger as the other ones were. This just goes to show, no matter how much they want to do their job, some bait is just a little too tempting for them to pass up. Okay, we just are barely going to avoid him hitting 50% health.
I must be brave.
She should be able to wipe this squad off the map. There we go. Because I think some of those were their equivalent of golden units, and that's why it was
Do you
rough.
know who I am?
There we go. Force him to surrender. They now have no units left aside from the one guarding their main base.
They'll notice this one for sure.
Getting real thirsty here.
Now everything is completely under control.
What's our next tactic?
Stay strong, everyone.
Go ahead and take your traditional pot shots at them.
I await your command.
Command me.
Jaromir can go ahead and take a whack at them too. It's not going to go great for him. But he should be able to, yeah, he can take care of a good chunk of it. He actually did flatten the whole team. I'm surprised.
The
I figured since that was a lot of spears, he was going to have a lot more trouble with it than he did.
Not all day.
Alright, I have two healers in this team. There we go. We're gonna get done in under the time, which is fantastic.
Repent before the righteous.
Awaiting your orders.
The time to act is now. Time to end this.
Grab this for Jules, since he needs the leadership. And there we go. Another side chapter completed. Nice and clean. And a lot of surrenders to give me a lot of money. Not that I'm really running out of money anymore. A lot of these have been really good payouts. You are Arzuros, King of the Desert Dragonbird, yes? Well, I hope you can understand me. Then we can understand each other. Dear Arzuros, the Empire sought to harm your brood. Would you join us in the fight against them? It seems you want revenge, dear Arzuros. Do not worry, we will protect each other from now on. Okay, she did not become a dragon rider, it doesn't look like. Oh, Arzuros has his own squad. Okay. Thing is, he'll lose flying if I give him non-flying units. So that's gonna be a bit of a complication. Because I don't have enough dragon riders to go around to have 2 flying squads at the moment. And at this stage of the game, I don't know if I can actually make that work. So I may need to do a rethink on Abigail's team. Which is a little unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. These 0-point blades do seem quite good, so we'll take them. You do have the stats to become a Hussar immediately. You'd be a quite good one. I don't really need you. Tech tree's still a dead end at the moment. A lot of people are ready to go gold. You still don't have the skill necessary because you suck. We do have another Apple of Agility though. Let's get you fixed. This way this isn't a full team of Hussars. There we go. So that team's all sorted out now. A lot of my teams are in good working order now, so I am happy with that. What can you turn into? You can become a Sentinel. I may as well just make his whole front line Centurions, though. Since he's kind of meant to be a mix of defensive and aggressive. Of course, now it's bugging me that they're both on the same line, so here. We'll make that symmetrical. Put the Spearman in the middle, even though it's not mechanically the best choice. Aesthetically, it's gonna not make my brain burn. Since I can't change Jaramir's class anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and make him gold, since, you know, no reason for him not to be if he can't change class anyway. I don't have that many proofs of merit, though, so I don't want to go too crazy with that. Off to Chapter C. After the destruction of the Lemelin Monastery and the Paladins were destroyed, many temple devotees were taken captive. Spies have uncovered a secret holding facility on Gateway Island. The Sisterhood of Mercy and many of the children are reported to be awaiting sacrifice by the cult. This cannot be allowed to stand. Hundreds of children have been brought here. The Xanathus cult way of life is perverse, so they must indoctrinate children, the only way to create a like-minded generation. These people. If left unchecked, they'll transform an entire world into mindless drones to serve their purposes. And they have time on their side. If we win this war, there'll be no mercy for them. I'll make sure they and their ideas are extinct forever. Okay, we only can bring a partial team here, though. Oh, I'm noticing. I can... Oh! Sedalia. Okay. So we do need to get over there. Let's see. We're not bringing Arzuros. We'll bring Beatrix, but she still needs training. Yeah, no, there's nasty business about... Alright, Zeno. Sleep well. I know you need it. I'm gonna leave Jaromir out of this. Yeah, I think this will work. I'm a little worried about only bringing one of my archer teams with these tight quarters, but we're gonna be splitting up a lot, so I think it'll be okay.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
And having strong killing squads should also be able to clean things out pretty good.
It's too easy.
You got a plan?
I'm just getting started.
How can I help, my lord?
Raskuja can sensing prey.
Break their resolve.
Send you two in there to
My
grab the
friends
loot.
are counting on me.
Where am I needed?
Ready.
Do not kill any Sisterhood of Mercy, which is presumably each of these healer squads. As you'll notice, they set up all their archers behind the healers in these squads. It's because I'm assuming they're intending it to look like they're forcing the sisters to act as shields. Unfortunately, I'm betting odds are one of those Sisterhood teams are going to get forced into a fight, and I'm going to end up destroying them on the defensive, so I just won't have a choice but have that happen. Because if you just look at the way that's laid out, unless I can somehow draw out all of those enemy units without getting any of them in the mix, inevitably somebody's going to counterattack and kill them. Because, unfortunately, for lack of a better way of putting it, my squads are too damn strong. Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to start sending some boys
Here
in.
comes Sybil.
Sybil,
Ready
you
or
block
not.
this corridor.
Bet you didn't see this.
Stefan's
one
not going to be
coming.
able to hold that forever. You've got better odds. Though Diana's squad would be better at it. I'm betting I need to have Diana up here in order to talk to Adalia. The proper thing to trigger.
Raskuja is to be ready.
They are fearless. Irregardless, so they just need to die.
The army is ready.
You'll have Lysander grab both those chests. Raskuja will come join the team,
School is in session.
pushing through.
For my people, for my homeland. We will always find a way.
I can do this. A paladin never surrenders. Dinner time.
Like, the only one I have to guarantee not kill is the one with the Dahlia in it, because I assume that's gonna cause a lot of bad. Basically gonna have to do this very carefully. But I'm also not gonna have the time to be as careful as I would like to be. Considering they've got assassins coming in through the back door there. It really depends on how well Sybil's team can hold up against assassins. Which, she can't hold up the best, since her healers and such are in the back. But overall, her squad will hold for quite a while.
Ready for the barbecue.
Badger Sergeant awaiting orders.
I must stay strong.
You choose not to surrender. Perish.
Donar be with us.
I love this part.
Telling me who to kill.
Battle formations.
Nice, a sunstone. I'm glad I stuck around for that.
Stay strong, everyone.
Go ahead and just weaken that just so it doesn't cause us any trouble.
I must not fail.
Yeah, it's looking like a lot of these are going to just not surrender because they are devoted to Xanatus
They'll notice
to the
this
point
one
of madness.
for sure.
So I'm going to assume each of these entry points are probably going to start spawning enemies, trying to force the player to move faster. Yeah, as I was afraid of, her healers aren't going to last that long. But thankfully they can only take her on one at a time, so they'll just get destroyed, it'll be fine.
I ain't got all day.
Yeah, shattered morale and all, and they still don't surrender. It was worth a shot.
Do you know who I am?
Getting real thirsty here.
Time to end this. How can I help, my
If
lord?
you park next to Barnabas and heal some of his men up a little bit, since he's already down a man. So I can
The
fix the
battle
fact
lies
that he's
before
down a
us.
man as well. There we go.
Repent before the righteous.
Swift as
I can have Raskuja take care of this. I assume they won't surrender. Yeah. I'm gonna give up on forced surrenders on anything that isn't the
must be
sisters
brave.
at this point.
You make this too easy.
What's our next tactic?
Yeah, I know Sybil's not moving. It's okay. I should have had her heal, though. Eh. It's a half-dead squad in front of her. She's not really got a problem. The fact that these are squads of nothing but assassins, though, is nasty. The Sisterhood of Mercy, fighting for the enemy? What? Probably being blackmailed, as if I needed more reason to wipe these guys out. Drac, please do not take the lives of my sisters. If we defeat the cultists, I hear you. Let's hope the bad guys haven't made that impossible. Well, I've got bad news for you on that one. They have made it kind of impossible. There's no way we're not gonna be able... There's no way we'll be able to not interact with those squads at all. So the only hope I have is being able to use a forced surrender attack on them. To take them out of the fight without actually killing them. At least that's the only thing I can think of. There may be another way around, but I'm not seeing it. Though it does say I just have to defeat all the Xanatus mages. So there's that at least. But there's no way I'm going to be able to get those mages out of the back there without interacting with some of the sisters. This is a thorny situation. I don't like
Where
it.
am I needed?
Just like I don't really like the fact that I've got 2 more sets of assassins coming charging
we will
in
always
either.
find a way.
Dinner time.
His Beatrix's squad wouldn't survive fighting them. I would need an item that gives her first strike, and she doesn't have it. Diana's squad's the only one that would kind of hold up okay against that, or Barnabas's.
You got a plan?
So I'll have Barnabas's hold there for a while, because I don't want or need him in what's coming up anyway, because he would just destroy people accidentally. So I'll have him just strike down the
I'm
assassins.
just getting started.
Awaiting your orders.
At least till Lysander gets up there. He could hold kind of okay.
Raskuja
Not
is
really.
sensing prey.
Good.
A paladin never surrenders.
I'm gonna, at the very least, not think about the turn timer on this one. I'm gonna try to be very, very careful with how I approach this. As much as the game will allow me with my tiny corridor of doom that I have to go through. Thing is, I don't know if they're gonna keep spawning assassins or not. one assassin spawns up there. That's
Raskuja
not an
is to
issue.
be ready.
Raskuja can take care of that. First volley wipes out the first rank, second volley takes out the second one, etc.
Donar be with us.
Can I bait them to come to me? Because if I can get them to come to me, I can take them out as
Stay
I
strong,
want,
everyone.
rather than how they want.
My friends are counting on me.
Abigail needs to stay the fuck out of this, though. She will just
Ready for
destroy
the barbecue.
squads, as would you.
Time to act is now.
I'm a problem as
Oh,
well with
sorry.
that. Stefan
Did you
could
need something?
potentially hit just the archers with his team somewhat. If I had him committed to nothing but
School is
assassins
in
and such,
session.
it absolutely would work. But I don't, so that's a problem. That's the thing. I don't have a pure
Break the
back rank
resolve.
attacking team in this setup.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
So I have to either depend on forced surrender attacks working out, or accept the fact that the regular sisters are going to be destroyed. Okay, those priests still really hurt. That's going to be an issue.
Time to end this.
Thankfully, Jules can help with that issue. As his shots pop priests
Bet you
real
didn't
good.
see this one coming.
Ready.
Telling me who to kill.
We can kind of fold back in a bit, though. Because all we need to do is keep them from actually getting assassins through.
Badger Sergeant awaiting orders.
So we can kind of have everybody
The army
pull
is ready.
up. But we also don't really need
They'll notice
everybody in this
one for sure.
mess up here. Because the more people involved, the more messy this is gonna get.
Repent before the righteous.
Okay, it's looking like I can at the very least bait all the priests in this section out and deal with them. I just don't know what to do about 3 priests over there. How does Meteor work? Okay, so I can do a bunch of damage to enemies in a cross-shape effect, but it won't go beyond 75% of their max health. So that doesn't really help. At least not in
Where
this
am I needed?
situation. Her out of the way.
How can I help, my lord?
This is a risky move having him run up to the front, but I think it'll be okay. Do some real good damage to the priest pile and then get the hell out of the way.
For my people.
Now I'll
For
cycle
my
in,
homeland.
finish it off.
I love this part.
Okay. They won't move. That's vitally important. Okay, then we're fine. The fact that these won't move makes this easy. I didn't realize they wouldn't move.
Getting real thirsty here.
So as long as I stay out of their range of attack, they're not a threat. I won't accidentally kill them because they won't come to me. So this is a lot easier than I thought this would be. Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. And I think I know a way to get in to talk to Adalia without it being an issue. It's a little cheaty, but I think it'll work.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
I ain't got all day.
I'm gonna roll a couple more units into this tunnel.
Just getting started.
Battle formations.
What's our next tactic?
I'm gonna have Lysander chill there.
Do you know
You two
who
just
I am?
kind of hang out
I can do
for the
this.
time being. Yeah, because now they're all gonna come out to me, and we can flatten them as we would normally.
You got a plan?
I must stay strong.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Check this slot out.
A paladin never surrenders.
Okay, no more of those
We will
guys are
always
left.
find a way.
I'm bringing a couple extras just so I can actually get to the chests. We'll end here. Because what I'm thinking is once I can get rid of the priests that are around Adalia, or at least enough of them that I can reach her, I can have somebody get teleported over there and then walk away from her.
Stay strong, everyone.
This way we don't have to worry about her aggroing on anybody.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
The battle lies before me.
And then all of that works itself out. I need to make absolutely sure nobody with a ranged attack goes within within any of the bubbles of these priests, though. Is then they'll counterfire and destroy things horribly.
Donar be with us.
People who can
School is
sustain a couple
getting set
arrows can move up close.
Raskuja
And
is
need be, they can
ready.
push past. Question becomes, will the priests move? No, they will not. Okay, these squads are committed to standing still. Okay, so we do need to cut
Awaiting
past.
orders.
So what I'll do is I'll have Barnabas roll up and hit this, since he can just skip right on through. This is a risk for his squad, but I think he can make it. Well, he mostly made it. That's not what I was hoping for. But he can duck over into the corner and not be in range of anything now.
Repent before the righteous.
Just similarly, I can have Diana come here and nothing targets her.
Telling me
Raskuja here is also safe. I don't dare bring Jules in there at all, because if I position anything even slightly wrong, he's going to murder someone. So I'm not doing that.
I love this part.
Put Stefan between the shots
Time to
there,
act
put
is
me
now.
between the shots here.
Here comes
Move Sybil further
ready or
up
not.
just in case things start going horribly awry over here. But it doesn't look like they're spawning any more assassins, so I think we're good on that. We are not going to make the target turns, but that's okay. I'd rather get the challenge on this one right rather than the target turns. I just need to crack a hole to talk to Adalia as a priority. But I just similarly need to make sure that whoever talks to her is not next to her at the end of a turn.
Getting real thirsty here.
Okay, those priests are wiped out.
swift as wind, strike like fire.
Let's see if my plan works. That's assuming I don't have to talk to Adalia. Which, actually, that's a point. I can teleport myself over. But I don't really like that idea. Because my goal is, I don't want to end a turn in range of something that can shoot. With somebody that can shoot back. Which, these two can't shoot back, so it's okay that they get shot for the moment.
For my people. For my homeland.
Because the other option is I bank on it being Diana she needs to talk to. Which makes sense. Since they're the ones who know each other. So I'm going to bank on that being true. Go ahead and teleport. Well, no. What I'll do is I'll walk her over and teleport her out if I need to. Italia. Sister Diana, my shame is boundless. Please forgive me. You kept yourself alive. For that you need not be forgiven. Come with me, Adalia. We never part again. I will, sister. I will long to fight by your side. And now you wait. I use power of teleport to pull you away, so we're guaranteed not to have the problem of her getting attacked.
Surrenders.
I ain't got all day.
This is probably going to shred Barnabas' squad to do, but... Ugh, Barnabas himself is out, and his squad is devastated. That's what I was afraid of. Do we have enough energy for Exemplar? No, the Blessing, rather. Yes, yes I do. I'll take care of the priest personally.
I must stay strong.
One of their units is going to get out of this alive, and that's fine. And the mission's over. No sisters have been harmed in the making of this film. Yeesh. That was more interesting than I thought that was going to be. I thought that was going to be a lot shittier a fight than it was. Adalia. Dear sister, my shame knows no bounds. You are my bonded until death. What matters most is you are alive. That Black Knight, he slayed all the warriors. The cultists gave us a choice, to serve them or watch the children die. Children. Adalia, where's Alex? I do not know. They were all taken away. To be re-educated to serve Xanatus. They killed any priestesses who dared to object. Diana? At least we bonded or reunited. It is time for you to go to war, Adalia, by my side. I will spend my entire life's blood for you, sister. May we be whole once again. And I guess now we've got another squad to work with. Ooh, an assassin. Take that. Don't really need another ranger. Ooh. That's a very good bow. So it's looking like I'm gonna have to be training up some more troops, considering I've got 2 more squads to fill out. And we got our tech tree points. We're gonna have just enough to purchase one of these 2 up here. And the first one's gonna be the 10 more capacity limit to all squads. Just because that's going to make things ridiculous. Oh, Adalia is not a squad leader. Okay, that's actually fine. I am happy with that because I need another Templar more than I need another squad. So we'll go ahead and rotate Adalia into Diana's squad. And that frees up a Templar to join Narima's team. So it all works out. I'd rather Narima take the hit from the assassins than the healer. Technically, Samurai would be a better idea probably putting there. She's got 400. Yeah, she's got less armor, but she's got more health. So in theory, she's just as well off, really. Let's see. We did get another Sunstone. I can make Stefan's other healer into a Templar. Why is this guy not good enough to be a mage yet? Wait, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, he's just missing CP. I was like, wait, what the hell? Let's get you fixed up. That's just embarrassing that you don't have enough CP yet. There we go. Because that was just upsetting to look at, that he was unable to do anything. Okay, we do have some mercenaries we can cycle into some of these teams as well. Start filling out their ranks. I'm gonna take away the ranger from this team. Put in the assassin. So we'll flip those. Look like that. Go ahead and make you a... Oh, right, I used the Sunstone already. I'm like, wait, what? Because I'm bad at math. So now he's got 2 assassins. This allows me to rotate this ranger over to Raskuja's squad, giving him a little more protection for his healer, and making this squad even stronger, which makes me happy. You can finally have your other gunner back. Which sorts out his squad. I can't properly pivot him into being a scout, but I think Jules' team now has enough room. 12. I'll need to make an adjustment, but it should work. Yeah, because what I have to do is lose the Denari armor. In fact, yeah, just swap it for the Elegant Blade for now so he has the room. Because a little bit of strength is not worth the same amount as a whole other unit is. So that is... 7 bows firing. So that'll do some damage. But you are the one who's kind of short on the ability to become a goddamn raider. But you are only short by 1 strength, and I do have a roast beef of might to fix that. So we'll get you up to raider, and you'll be good to go. There we go. So Jules' squad's getting scary, which is great. I've got a lot of room in mine. I'm not really sure what the hell to do with it. Also, let me actually swap the mage into the middle. I've got a decent amount of armor by comparison to him. So I'll be able to take assassin hits better than he does. I think I need to just start hiring some more troops at this point. Oh yeah, I don't have a champion yet. That was the other thing I was missing. So we'll go ahead and make you a champion. Put the adept in here. Give more protection to the squishies in Diana's team, because her whole purpose is to be an indestructible force of pain and misery for every enemy we have. Can you get away with fitting a unit in here without losing flying? You can. That'll be more unit to absorb blows with, so that's good. Because as long as it's 50-50, as long as it's not cavalry, she can hold anything. The biggest problem I'm going to run into is Arzuros' squad. I won't be able to make another dragon squad unless I happen to get more dragons. It's like the best I could do for giving him something to work with is giving him the red dragon I have, who is not yet ready to be a dragon rider, but we can fix that. And this way, he'll at least be able to have some other units in his squad. Because he'll have 2 flyers to whatever's put in his squad. So it'll work out. And Sybil, with her 100 capacity, can absolutely have some more stuff. I'll put Sybil in the back of her team, because as a paladin she can hold on pretty well, and I'll give her a 3rd sentinel. For the time being, while I figure more things out. So now, for the time being, you can have a couple samurai to take the front line for you. This way his squad's actually at least productive. So realistically, I should have given at least one of those extra samurai to Narima? No, Narima's already filled out by having a healer, I forgot. Right, we're good on that then. That's fine. You already got a new unit, so you're done. I don't have anybody to add to you at the moment. So you've got room. Now you've got room. So I need to get you another apprentice. Yeah, it's mostly just an apprentice and whatever the hell else I want. So there is an ice mage I can just hire straight up. And there's another horse bow. I'll hire the ice mage to save on resources. I'll hire the cavalier, but I won't actually be... I don't know if I'll use him as a cavalier. And we will hire this fighter to... Actually, no, a skirmisher would turn into a scout better, I think. We don't actually have a skirmisher that I can straight hire, though, so we'll hire you. The other option is I hire... Actually, I have a better idea. I hire this ranger, since he's got the stats. And I just start stepping him down. Step him up to scout. And then once he has CP, he can step up to hussar immediately. Which, since we've got CP books, I can do that, somewhat. I'm not going to give him enough to do the whole thing for him, because I don't have that many CP books anymore. But I'll get him pushed in the right direction. And now we add him to Jaramir's team. Back here. Just so he's got an extra pair of hands. He does still have enough room for one more, though. So I'll need to think about that. You now have another mage. Which, that's a lot of casting power on one team. She drops meteors and the other 3 cast each spell that's available. I will make her frontliner gold to protect her a little better, though, since that's all she's got for protection from the front. I can just give you this Cavalier straight up, so here you go. It's yours now. Train him well. Okay. For all that bookkeeping, we save. And we'll go deploy on Gaiden Chapter D. The Archelius Empire has enjoyed their control of Sandraka City, birthplace of much of humanity's technological achievements. But now, the Nephilim army has an opportunity to reap these technologies for itself. A large caravan of parasite is being shipped out from the central tower in Sandraka City. Drax's army has infiltrated several points in the city. Once the caravan is set to leave, Drax's forces can seize the valuable cargo, starving the enemy of a massive advantage. And it's looking like, since we're already at 3 hours, I'm going to cut probably in like another hour or so, perhaps, maybe even earlier than that, and we will finish the game next week. Bingo. According to the Imperial Ledgers, the supply train should be leaving the central tower any minute. We'll have some time to maneuver, but if we alert the bad guys too soon, we might limit our winnings. Right. We'll stay hidden in just the right time to strike. That is a lot of enemies. Where is the caravan itself going to be, though? This deploy point seems like a trap. Anna, Barnabas, and Sybil. Sheromir and Beatrix. Abigail, Stefan. Jules will go here and loot these chests. Put Narima with him. Scrooge will be in this alley, and Lysander will be in this one. I'm not gonna bring Arzuros because I'm still not entirely happy with his squad setup. One second. Okay. I think I'll finish this one off and then I'll stop because it sounds like food's gonna be ready before too long. Okay. So we just have to prevent the firearm squads from making it to the exit.
Raskuja can sense prey.
Time to end this.
I thought I was gonna have to legitimately hide from them
Sayuna will
initially.
never die.
The battle lies before me.
I do not want to be next to all these enemies.
Victory for Embor.
Donar be with us.
I'm not sure if I actually want to restart this mission in order to realign or not, now that we know that.
They'll notice this one for sure.
I'm assuming there are only exit points over here.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
That kind of only puts some fragile squads over here, which is not great for stopping all of their squads from escaping.
I must not fail.
I don't know if they're gonna try to directly escape immediately, or if they're gonna come at me first. These are small squads, though. These are probably just the regular city patrols.
You make this too easy.
Let's see if these guys run out or not. If they do, I'll just restart. Because if they just straight run out of here, that tells me I have to put a fast unit right there. Which would not be Raskuja, it would probably be Abigail's team since they can fly. Cut straight across. No, they're coming to me, so they'll get wiped out. What I'm gonna do then is clear the patrols and then set at ambushes for the caravan, since I'm assuming the caravan's gonna take a set path until they actually encounter me. As long as I can get my men out of their direct path, I should be able to hit them in the sides and the back.
I must be brave.
Okay, so they can't stop on
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
non-land tiles. Got it.
Telling me who to kill.
Break their resolve.
Repent before the righteous.
The other option is I just make them attack
School is
me.
in session.
The time to act is now.
We can literally just like pull up
Dinner
here
time. I'm just
and
getting
dare
started.
them to charge.
My friends are counting on me.
Because Abigail can do that and be in position to jump them if they try to come out
How can I
the rest
help
of the
my
way. And it's not like these guys have any hope of surviving.
Time to even the odds.
Donar, give me strength.
So let's see what move they make. I assume some of them are going to try to run. And the Sentinels are going to charge my team over here to buy time for the other side to get out. Joke's on them, though. Sentinels don't hold up well against what I've got. My squads are just too damn strong at this point for them to just push past. That's an issue, though, when they just gun us down with concentrated gunfire. I did not realize I was quite within their range. That's gonna be slightly complicated. They're also doing a shitload of damage with those Centurions, too. Holy shit. It's been a while since we've had to deal with a large quantity of gunners like this. Just fighting a pitched battle in the street here. Which is not what I wanted, necessarily, but it's gonna work out for the most part, I think. We're gonna have a hell of a fight on our hands here, though. My squad's definitely the worse for wear.
Donar, guide my attack.
We will always find a way.
I await your command. I can do this.
I'm a little worried about making a move like this for her at all, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, she wipes the floor with the majority of them. And it looks like I don't have a power meter necessarily. I have... I'm not entirely sure how these powers work in terms of what I can and can't use at the time.
I love this part.
Where am I needed?
Ready for the barbecue.
There, that gets rid of another squad of gunners. We need to flatline as many of these gunners as possible, like immediately. Because if we can destroy the majority of them, we don't have a problem anymore.
Swift as wind, strike like fire.
Okay, it's definitely based on combat that I get the energy back. The main thing I'm torn is whether I use Exemplar on Diana, for example, to make sure everything attacks her, or if I use the extra turn. I suppose the easy answer is I use Exemplar first, and if I still can use Blessing, then I use Blessing. Yes, I can still use Blessing. Okay.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
What? How did they survive that? I kinda call shenanigans on that one.
It must be done.
Ready. For my people, for my homeland.
I need to get my squad back on its feet, though. Jules' squad is in a really risky position there. It seems like powers are independent, so what I can do, I can hit them with Meteor, which will weaken a lot of them. It's not a huge difference. But I can then give somebody an extra turn and start running roughshod over them a little bit. Specifically, give Abigail another turn.
I must not fail.
And we'll come over here and pop this one. We didn't hurt at all. And it also makes it harder for them to get at Jules. Yeah, they can't reach him anymore. They will probably still ruin Abigail's squad a bit, but they'll be hurt pretty bad for it. And they should prioritize attacking Diana with whatever can reach her. Making our daring daylight robbery of this caravan work out pretty well. That'll help keep my squad solid. Thank you for allowing me to heal, game.
I must stay strong.
I could revive another unit, but this fight's basically over, so I'm just gonna go take this unit down myself.
Stay strong, everyone.
What I can do is have you right over here, fire upon them, and then step down and grab the chest. Go. Successfully hook them down a peg.
Raskuja can sense it.
Command me.
You roll over here and take care of that now.
Raskuja is
You
to
take
be
care of
ready.
these sentinels, because you'll be a lot better at it than most of us. Oh wait, that one's already basically dead. Wouldn't just push them out then. I forgot that one got tore up bad already.
I ain't got all day.
No, those squads are still
Do
intact.
you know who I am?
Not so intact that a bit of magic can't take care of them though. The only chest we're missing is that one.
You got a plan?
And even Barnabas can't get to it right now. I'm willing to let a chest go, I think. In order to not have to
They'll notice this one for sure.
do anything else with this, because the thing is, they're going to attack us anyway, and they're going to destroy themselves.
I must
So I
be
may as well just
brave.
destroy them myself. Though I should have checked to see if I could have used teleport. I could have. And that would have let me get that chest. Oh well. So be it. It's one of those, minor misfortune deals. We'll go ahead and do our bookkeeping, and then we will wrap up for the day. Sure, that can be a sentinel in this game. Oh, there's another scout. Grab that. What are you? Straight up another knight? I did just blow all my money, I just realized, but it's fine. I needed to spend my money on something eventually, yeah? Just bought a bunch of expensive mercenaries. Used to round out my army. Yeah, because you have the room for the other scout, so here you go. Looking better, looking better. You've got room for another unit. What do I want you to have? Do I even want you to have any of this? Not particularly at the minute. So I can remove this Cavalier and replace him with the Knight that I just hired, and potentially turn the Cavalier into something else. We're still doing okay on numbers. I have room for something. Right, my team just got ripped a new one. I think I need a second healer on my team. I can't actually fit it, though, at the moment. Then again, I also could probably use a better goddamn set of artifacts actually being equipped to me. You could do with a healer, but if I give you a healer, you stop flying. And then I get sad. And they kind of need the armor up front more. His dragons have a natural armor of 48. And 700 something health, or at least in his case, 700 health. Less in regular dragon riders. That's why I'm like, I don't really want them being too vulnerable. So I'd rather have that be a small, fast-hitting squad. Need be, they can shoot instead of charging in. I think that takes care of my bookkeeping, kind of, already. It's either that or I go do an arena, which, considering food will be ready very, very soon. I haven't finished it, so I cannot, like, speak to the end of the game. But so far, more than halfway through the game, I would still recommend it. It's a little lightweight in terms of how difficult it is, at least if you're playing on the middle difficulty captain, like I am. I have heard from people who have played it on Warlord, which is the higher difficulty, that it still plays just fine. So if you want a higher challenge, that would be the better choice. In terms of the amount of content available in this, for the price you're paying, you're gonna get plenty of content. It has already lasted me more than 20 hours, and I only paid like 13 for it. The entire set of mechanics to this seem entirely fair so far. I have not run into anything I would call unreasonable or unbalanced. No problem. The only thing I would say it's missing is a way to grind if you wanted to grind, but there's also no need to grind. So bear that in mind. The counterbalance to that is you do have the... I'll just open this one up over here. These experience and CP codexes to train up units without having to actually physically train them. And you get those by doing the arenas you can find tokens for to do between actual chapter missions. So you can still get units stronger in between fights if you feel you need to. It's just a limited supply. But you did catch me just as I was wrapping up for the day, so if you want to see more of this before you play it, you'll have to wait till next week, at least from me. Thank you for following, and I do appreciate that. And I would also appreciate if you stuck around for the raid, but if you have other places to be, I fully understand. I will be streaming again tomorrow, of course, but I will not be streaming this tomorrow. As per my schedule, it's going to be a Metroidvania of some kind. I'm doing a bad job of figuring out which one of those I'm going to do lately, so just keep an eye on the notifications and you'll know what it'll be. Or you can look at Twitter or any number of those things. I do have multiple VODs up of this game as well, both on the YouTube and... Some of them should still be sitting on Twitch, because it shouldn't have deleted all of them yet. But either way, the YouTube would be the easier place to find them, because they're all nicely in a playlist and everything. At least, I think I put those in a playlist? I might not have gotten all of them playlisted properly. But I'm starting to just vomit words now, so let me figure out where we're going. Hmm. I don't actually have a ton of options right now. Let me take a quick peek at the base level of the browse section for retro, as I usually do. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time looking at it like I've done the last few times. I'm just gonna take a quick scroll through. Nope. Okay. I'll just go with one of the ones on my list. You've got too many people. You're doing great. You don't need the help. Let me do a quick check of this one because they were recommended to me by somebody else that I know is trustworthy, but that doesn't mean that it'll suit my taste or our taste. Give me a moment to listen into this. Yeah, it looks like their setup's fine. I don't see anything objectionable in there, and of course, Metal Gear Solid's always a fun thing to watch now and then. So we'll go see the Zero Signal. I forget who I found them through. I think it was GameTrax, but don't quote me on that. My memory today has been kind of just a shitball, and I apologize for the fact that I don't remember who anything is or who anyone is. Brain just kind of is dead. That's just what happens when you are sleeping like shit consistently. But enough about me and my issues. Let's get the hell out of here, shall we? Thank you all for taking the time to be here, as always. Thank you to all the new follows and everything like that. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow, about the same time as I started today, which will be like 2 o'clock. That should be a longer stream for those who come in later on than that. 2 o'clock being Eastern time, by the way. Other than that, I don't really have anything to offer today. So I will just hit this button to get that rolling and bid you all a good day, and go be nice to Zero Signal.